Good day and welcome to another episode of In the Spotlight. I'm Superintendent Michael Richard, and today I'm pleased to be joined by the principal of Coburn Elementary School, Mrs. Gina Martin Ryan. Gina, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
All right, let's get this. We'll ease you into this a little bit, okay? Tell the audience at home a little bit about yourself, where you grew up, where you went to school, what brought you here to West Springfield.
I grew up, part of my childhood was in northern Maine, right on the Canadian border. And the other part of my childhood was in the Windsor, Connecticut area. I went to school at the University of Maine, and I ended up here in West Springfield as a result of being ready to take the next step toward my professional goals, which was being a principal. For the past couple of years, I worked in Southbridge as an administrator there, and felt that it was time to take that next step. And I began my search for a principal position, and this was an opportunity that I couldn't pass up. I live in Suffield, so it definitely has made my life a lot better not having to travel an hour both ways to work every day.
Yeah, well, we know the real reason why you're here is because West Springfield, as a community and as a school department, is a special place to be. So tell me, in your 6-7 weeks that we've been in school so far, what's made you realize how special West Springfield is?
There are a few things. The best part that I've really come to love has been the diversity, especially at Coburn. I have been drawn to working in communities where there is a high level of diversity. There's a lot to learn. It's very rich. And what it does for us is it makes the world seem a little bit smaller. We have a lot to learn from each other. So definitely been my favorite part. The other thing I would say is getting to work with such compassionate, kind, caring students and staff. So it's been a joy.
Yeah, you've got an outstanding faculty and student body at Coburn. So, in your first year as a principal, what's been the most challenging part of the job for you in these first couple of months?
I'd say the biggest challenge has been navigating my way, getting to know everybody, getting to understand what the culture of Coburn is. Learning where I can help support, and really, I think building and actually growing the positive climate that there is there. So challenge and blessing at the same time.
Yeah, for sure. You get the opportunity to make your mark early without disrupting sort of tradition and balance and things that have made Coburn function so well for so many years. Yeah. So a few weeks ago, you had a really amazing experience that you can thank me for later. That was Good Morning America came to Coburn School, I think on September 13th, and did a story on one of your teachers, Jamie Witherell, who has been a guest on this show. Tell me about that experience and what it was like just a couple of weeks into your first year as being a principal in a brand new school, and here you had to host ABC and their team for days, really.
Mm-hmm. I enjoyed that as much as I am enjoying this. Don't especially like this kind of spotlight. But the beautiful thing about being a part of that was getting to learn more about a fantastic human being. Jamie is somebody special. The other fantastic thing in going through all of that was learning how the school community pulls together and makes things happen. I was really concerned about how are we going to get this all done? How do we keep this a surprise? And how do we keep everybody calm? And there was not really a whole lot to do because the school came together and made it happen. So.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Well, you're spending a lot of time at Coburn making sure that you do understand the culture and how the building operates and getting to know the students and the staff in the building for sure. And the reason we get into education is for students, right? And so tell me, think back to your days as a classroom teacher. Is there a student from your past who really was remarkable in any way? And what can you tell me about that student?
It's hard to talk about one student. I've had many remarkable students, having taught for more than 20 years. Um, but I think about the ones that inspired my heart. And one in particular is currently a student now at Harvard. Um, she had a very, very challenging upbringing. Um, and what I am inspired about is that it's not our circumstances that get us to where we want to go. It's the decisions that we make and the power of belief. So, um, but I've had many students like her, um, who teach us that no matter what it is that we come from, that we can achieve whatever it is that we set our minds to.
Yeah, it is all about decisions that we make. And so let me circle back to GMA for 1 second and the very generous gift that we received from Donors Choose. They gave the school $15,000 to use on their site as we deemed appropriate. And so let's talk about some of the opportunities for staff to get some of their projects funded, but also for the community to participate as well and to help fund some of the requests that are out there from some of the Coburn staff as well as other staff members here in West Springfield. So how are you envisioning using that 15,000?
Well, that's something that we are deciding on as a team. I currently have a small group of teachers that are putting a survey together to figure out how we can best use this money to support our learners, and be equitable among all staff in the building and using this fantastic resource of Donors Choose. So the options that we're looking at are the potential for starting up accounts for teachers who have never used Donors Choose, or just looking at some of the projects that have already been posted on Donors Choose. And what this is affording is resources that we may not otherwise have.
You're going to have a huge resource that you don't have right now in a couple of years, and that is a brand new elementary school. And we're in the early stages, but we expect that a year from now, shovels will be in the ground, and we'll be hard at work and erecting a brand new elementary school. Tell me about that process so far. And it's early for you, but it's still a complex one, isn't it?
It is, and it's just one more thing that I didn't realize would be thrown at me. In my first year that I would be undertaking such large projects, but it is complex, but there's a lot of learning, and it makes you think a little bit more deeply about instructional practice and about how we can best serve our students and our families. So I'm excited about the learning and growing that I'm doing, and grateful for the experience.
Yeah, well, we're looking forward to a great resource that the whole community can take advantage for sure. Final question, Gina, I'm going to let you off the hook. So the show survives by people nominating other people to sit in the seat where you are right now. So who would you like to see featured in the spotlight?
I've thought long and hard about this, and I would love to see Mike Atkins, who is the vice principal at Coburn, sit in this seat. He's a fantastic leader. I am very fortunate to work side by side with him. And I think it would be great to understand his why he does what he does, and to learn a little more about this sense of humor that he has. And he's deeply connected to the community, so I think we have a lot to learn from him.
Good. Well, I heard you allude to a little Simon Sinek there with "It starts with why," so I'm glad to hear that. And we will put Mike Atkins on notice that he is going to be a future guest here in the spotlight. I've been super pleased to be joined by Gina Martin-Ryan, the principal of Coburn Elementary School, sharing a little bit about the work that she's doing as principal and what the future holds for that elementary school. Thank you for joining us, and I look forward to seeing you in another segment of In the Spotlight.